What's the deal? What's the deal? It's your boy, and I'm back with another installment. Make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe so that we can get the message out. Now, I want to say happy Saturday to everybody. You know what I mean? We have made it to the weekend, and what a time to be alive. You feel me? Um, I got some things that I want to talk about, and I don't want to make this live too long. So we're gonna jump right into it. So the WEF. Remember how I said we got to start paying attention to things that matter. I do these breakdowns. Like, I know I'm about to, like, the back of my hand now, and I could break anyone down. But I don't say that to be filled with ego and pride. I say that because it's very easy to catch on to once you know what to look for. Anybody can do it. There's nothing special about me. Now, on the other hand, right? Um, Now that we know that and we understand that these celebrities that they prance around in front of us, um, and make them seem so important to where people will cry when they pass away and they don't even know them from a can of paint, right? Which is the scary thing. People cried when Michael Jackson died. People, you know, it seems like people get so attached to these entertainers to where you would think they grew up with them, you know? Um, Now, what's really sad about that is these entertainers will not pee on you if you were uh, set on fire. They wouldn't even pee on you, if that was the only option. So we got to understand the bigger picture here is looking at situations that are important and talking about those, that can really affect everybody, on a massive scale. I mean, who cares about a celebrity? They're going to come and go. It's like a revolving door. It's never ending. You know what I mean? They're always going to put somebody in front of us to distract us from the real problems like this. So, WEF says CBDCs, which is central banking digital currency, all right, must be implanted under your skin if you want to participate in society. Now, I talked about this on one of my very first lives, and I spoke about it about a year ago as well, and I talked about how they want to implant the chip, which a lot of people call it the mark of the beast, um, whatever it may have you, but it is what it is. Honestly, to me, I mean, look, there are going to be a lot of people who don't want to get this, including myself, and are not going to get this. When stuff starts to get real and you get evicted from your house and you outside living on the street and you don't have food to, uh, you know, provide for your family and to your children or whatever you got going on, right? Then we really gonna see who people are. We're really gonna see who um, you watch as far as on YouTube and your favorite content creator, your favorite spiritual person. We're gonna see what they own because when these things start to take effect, you better believe a lot of people gonna fold. Oh well, I did it because I gotta feed my kids. Oh, I did it because I ain't trying to see my kids starve. I did it because I ain't know no other way. I did it because they're gonna come up with all these reasons why, but it's like you ain't practicing what you preaching. You telling everybody else don't get it, but your stupid, silly ass is out here with the chip. You see what I'm saying? Your silly ass is out here prancing around with the chip, out here buying and selling, uh, while your followers or whatever, however they look at y'all, as is out here struggling. And you think they're gonna give back to help you? No, they're gonna sit back and laugh and be like, "Shit, well, y'all better get that chip. Y'all better get that chip if you wanna, survive. Because I'm gonna do what it takes to survive." Just selfish people, self-centered. That's what you're dealing with a lot of times on these platforms. You can't trust nobody. You know what I'm saying? Don't even trust me and what I say. Go do your own research. You know what I'm saying? Because I might be wrong a lot of times. And I admit that. So, are y'all ready for the chip or the mark? You know what I mean? Um, because they talking about if you don't get the mark, then you won't be able to do basic everyday things like go to the grocery store, pay your bills, you know. And what makes this so much more interesting and terrifying at the same time is the simple fact that they want to put more technology into the chip once it's implanted. Oh, of course, there's going to be a catch 22 because then they will be able to say, well, hey, you went and bought food for somebody that doesn't have the chip, right? Because now we can track you. And if you go to a certain area that's outside of this 15-minute, bubble that you live in, those 15-minute smart cities that they're building in Colorado and other places around the world, right under our nose as we speak, while people are wondering if these two celebrities are really married or if they're getting divorced or who's the next sacrifice. While we all distracted with those things, right? That's what's going on. The big issues, the real problems that are going to affect everyone, including you. So we better tighten down and double down and pay attention to what's going on around the world in the real news. Because, like I told you, um, once I get a broader audience, which is what I'm about to have, right? I command that. Uh, I'm gonna be changing up what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna be talking about celebrities so much more than like I have been. It's gonna be things like this, because these things are important. Obviously, duh, who raised you? But I feel like it has more substance. You know what I'm saying? Like the sacrifices and breakdowns and things of that nature will still have glimpses of those. Those ain't really going nowhere ever. But you're gonna get more of this than anything. Okay, and I want people to be prepared, and I don't want to fear monger. That's not what I'm doing. Um, what I'm doing is I'm trying to make people aware. That's it, man. You can just take what you want from this and go on about your day. If this doesn't happen, well, at least you know that you could be a step of the game if it did ever happen to occur. All right, you already got your ins and outs. You got your safety plan. You know where to relocate if need be. You know the safest places to go. You can stock up on some food, extra food and items and things of that nature, because you don't know when ish is going to hit the fan. But you better believe that when it does hit the fan, there is not going to be anything you can do about it. You understand what I'm saying? It's like it's going to be here. Now, they're going to wrap it up nicely in a bow and in a nice little package for you, right? Because that's what these folks do. They try to present it in a way to get people to say, okay, you know what? This ain't so crazy. I'll go ahead and get the chip, because the way that they're presenting it, it's not going to be like Mark of the Beast 666. If you get this chip, you're basically going to die because we're going to starve you out. They can't do that. You know what I'm saying? But what they are going to do is put $2,000 on there every single month, okay? And they're going to put extra technology in it once it's inside of you already, okay? But they know that there's going to be pushback. Okay, these people operate off the Hegelian dialect. These people operate off of problem, reaction, solution. So they know that this is going to be a problem, okay? Uh, but you better believe that there's going to be people that are going to get it. Call them liberal, call them left wing, right wing. It don't matter. All right. Um, there are going to be people that are going to be willingly signing up, like pre-ordering the chip, like put it in me now. All right. And the people that work at higher places are going to be the first ones to get it. Okay. Now, with that being said, though, right? We need to understand something. Watch the people that get that chip. Watch what happens to them. All right. It's not going to be so much the people that don't get it that you need to watch. You're going to need to watch the people that get it, right? Because, like I said, what's going to happen is there's going to be a whole bunch of technology that comes with that chip. You need to understand me when I tell you this, all right? It's going to be a whole bunch of technology that comes with that. Now, they are going to be able to track you. It's going to be like a social credit score, just like China. Because if you notice, they're trying to model themselves, which is the USA, after China. We're in so much debt to China, it's crazy. I was talking to somebody not too long ago, and they said, "You know how much debt we are in and how much we owe China? They come over here and get land from us and ship it back to China. Like they come over here and literally dig up acres of land, like digging up our soil and bring it back to China." But see, a lot of people don't know that. That comes with money and things of that nature. Like, we don't want your money. Your money's no good. You know, we want your land, right? And then that goes into, well, if the earth is overpopulated, how can they take the land? They'll be taken from the people at that point. Well, let me tell you something. When you flying from here to there, don't you always see open, vast areas of land? I'm talking hundreds of thousands of acres of land where nobody is occupying them. Yeah, okay. I thought so. So back to what I was saying. This chip is nightmare fuel, you know, and they're going to start in the EU first. The EU is like, man, I feel sorry for the EU. You know what I mean? Um, for places like Poland, France, Italy, them places, man, they get hit the hardest, man. Australia, places like this, because you remember what happened in 2020, right? Those were the first places to get hit. They was breaking down their doors, taking pregnant people to jail for not bowing down to 2020. Oh yeah, it was going down, but they didn't try that over here though. In the States, man, they knew we would have tore some ish up, man. We're not going for that. Man, we would have tore the whole United States up if they would have did that. Oh, so you think you finna come into my home, take my pregnant 6, 7, 8 month old pregnant wife out, and and arrest her because she had a group chat on Twitter or Facebook talking about how she not finna bow down to what y'all was trying to do to people in 2020? Oh, you crazy? I'm finna. All right, well, it's off with my head then, because that's what I'm gonna try to do to you. You see what I'm saying? That's how crazy it was, and that's how crazy it would have been if they would have did that to us out here. Now, a lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people, lost family members to what happened. It was a real thing. I caught it myself, and I spoke about it many times. It was the worst sickness I've ever had in my life. Thought I was dying. All right. So I'm not here to say that it was false and it was fake, because it definitely was real. That's a fact. Go fact check how real it was. You know what I'm saying? And if you was 60, 70 years old, 80, slim chances of surviving that. You know what I mean? Now, let me know how y'all feel about this chip. It's implantable chip underneath the skin. Because even the Bible talks about this, man. Mark of the beast. You'll either have a barcode on your forehead or on your right hand, right? So, um, are these things coming true from the Bible? I had a lot of people ask me that, and I'm like, well, just look at what's going on. Don't it say this in the Bible? Okay, what is you seeing? All right, don't you see the community going crazy? Don't you see men wanting to be women? Don't you see women wanting to be men? Okay, Sodom Gomorrah. All right. Don't you see these people trying to implant chips in people? Don't you see these people trying to implant chips in you to buy and sell? Okay, what does your Bible say? Okay, then. What you asking me for? Don't you see the same thing that I see that's going on in the world? Or like, what are we doing? What are we talking about? And then they still be skeptic, like, oh, well, I just don't know. And I'm like, okay, well, is the sky blue? You don't have any like hesitation with that answer, do you? Okay, so why is there any hesitation with what you should already know what's going on? But people love the matrix and people love the bubble that they live in until they get hit upside the head with something like this, and it's like, well, um, in order to keep your job, we got this chip that everybody needs to be implanted with. You come into work one day, right? You think you just gonna do your shift, and they say, "Hey, everybody, we need to have a meeting." You know, so come on in here into this facility right here on site. Everybody needs to get a chip because that's where your paycheck will be going to. So once you implant this chip, you'll be good to go. It also tracks you. It lets us know what time you wake up, what time you go to bed, how close you are to arriving to work, all of that. It lets us know what you spend your money on. You can choose to keep that private, but all you got to do is just sign these documents right here and uh, basically let us know what you want us to have access to and don't want to have us have access to. Um, does that sound too far fetched? I think not. I think that sounds like some people are about to be going through that here in the near future because they want to roll this out soon. You gotta understand, 2035. I mean, 2025 and 2030 is right around the corner. You do know that, right? We are about to be in 2025 next year. That's less than 8 months away, right? So, with that being said, I want y'all to understand something. Do not be afraid, just be aware, right? And then, once you are aware of the situation and the threats that are going to be posed against you, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. You know what I'm saying? Always remember that. And always remember that, you know, uh, if you don't let this defeat you, it's going to make you stronger. Find your people. Find your people that know how to grow food. Find your people that know how to build, because those are the people that's really gonna matter. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, those are the people that are going to be the most valuable in those times. They know how to grow crops. They know how to fertilize land. You know what I'm saying? That know how to distill water. You know what I'm saying? That know how to do all the things that are quote unquote ancient relatives knew how to do like the back of their hand, right? Just go out to the middle of the damn desert and make a whole civilization. Like, how in the hell is y'all out here living in 110-degree weather? How? Where's y'all water supply at? They ass digging holes in the earth and the water springing up out of it. I mean, they just know. They following baboons to the water source. They know what to do off clear instinct. Period. You know what I mean? So that's what we're gonna have to get on very, very soon. And I'm down with it, you know what I'm saying? I'm very down with it to get back on some hunter gatherer type of ish, you know what I'm saying? So y'all better get used to fasting now. I would say, get used to fasting, get used to eating one meal, maybe every one meal every 18 hours or every 24 hours to get you prepared to maybe going without food for a couple of days or more. All right. Because let's say this do happen, and you can't buy or sell, what are you going to do? Because you can't go ask somebody that got the chip to go buy you some food. You ain't got no money, first of all, and they got mouths to feed. So you think you're gonna be able to do that? You know what I mean? So it could be a lot of robbing, pillaging, and all types of things going on. You know what I mean? Once that rolls out, got to be prepared for that. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is not the absolute truth. I'm not saying that this is going to happen. These folks are saying that it's going to happen, right? I'm just saying what we might need to do in order to be prepared and in order to do it safely without causing an uprise and without causing an uproar, and do this very, very humane like, right? Um, enough with this. You want to know what's so crazy though? You see the color play that they got going on with this too? Like, to look at this on a deeper level. This show you what they all about. You see how it's red and it's blue? So you got the red side and the blue side. You see how they doing that? Because that's what it's all about too. Like, you do see that, don't you? All right, all right. Moving on. Now, 50 cents. Oh yeah. 50 Cent will be getting broken down over on Lifting the Veil, of course, by yours truly. And I find his story very, very, interesting. You know, to get shot 9 times and to then blow up, I mean, it's pretty crazy. I mean, how many other people in the hood, um, have been through the same situation, if not more drastic, and I had a rap career and didn't blow up. So it's like some strings had to be pulled, some contracts had to be signed in blood, some oaths had to be taken. There's a story of a guy, I forgot whether he lived in like New Jersey or Baltimore, but he had an incident where he was shot 35 times. He was on DJ Vlad. Y'all can go look this up. He was shot 35 times and did not die. He was literally shot from the legs up, right? And yeah, had a near death experience. He's a rapper, but he's not like 50 Cent. You would think, damn, he should be one of the littiest rappers out right now. What's going on? You got a story like that. All the label need to do is just like dramatize it and make it even more like fantasized. That's because like certain people are not willing to, go against certain morals and values. You got to understand. Um, he probably has had opportunities to sign to major record labels and have these crazy deals with these football numbers for contracts. But it's like, you know what? I'm not giving up my back door or my mouth. So y'all can miss me with that. Because that's what you got to give up when you in the industry. And you got to be able to, give and receive. You know what I mean? Some people is givers in the industry. Some people is, receivers, or both, male and female. Now, let's take a look at some of the numbers in gematria. All right. Um, if you don't know what gematria is, it is the coding of letters into their numerical value. Um, Ancient Judeo Christians and Hebrews used this method um, to pretty much tap in to the sacredness of the world. And they felt that this was like very powerful. These are like secret teachings in the occult, hermeticism, mysticism, numerology, geometry, astrology, um, the human body, God, the spirit. Yeah, these folks was on a whole other type of time, right? Do your research on him. The Pythagoreans, do your research on them. It'll tell you a lot. Read the book Initiate of the Flame by Manly P. Hall. You can definitely learn a lot about how these people think. You gotta understand, when you hear me say things like that, it's because I did my research on it. All right, it's because I listened to audiobooks on it. 'Cause I want to know how these folks think. I don't want to practice what they practice. I just want to know how they think to kind of understand um, why these folks do what they do. All right. And that reincarnation thing, they believe that is very real. Um, and that was a part of Christianity. And it was a part of the Bible at a point in time, but that was taken out. Just like the other books of, the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Enoch, and things of that nature. All right. And you wonder why these things were taken out. Because if everybody knew that they will be reincarnated and come back, imagine what type of world we would really be living in. If you think this world is crazy and everything that's going on is like out of this world and people is out here just on Jeffrey Dahmer time and people is just like on that, like living with no remorse. Just imagine if they knew that they could come back regardless, right? Regardless of whatever you did, you can come back and come back and come back and come back. Yeah, people, yeah. It'd be like a thriller movie out here. People would not be going to work. People would not be doing this. People would not be living in an orderly fashion. People will be on animalistic, cannibalistic type of times. All right. Like you better understand that. Now, we're gonna look at these numbers and we're gonna get up out of here, man. I appreciate everybody for being in attendance once again on an episode of the Unpopular Hours. Y'all can right. Appreciate it. Be on the lookout for the breakdowns too, man. I got like 4 videos that I'm going to be breaking down today. We have BTB Savage, we have Mandisa Hundley, we have Chris King, and then we have also 50 Cent. Now, I crunched some of the numbers and I seen something. I said, damn, 50 Cent has 71. And when you do this repeatedly, it's just like working out, being in the gym, or it's just like, reading books on a certain topic. It's just like going to school and like uh, training for something. Like I go to school for medical, or I go to school for psychology, or something like that. And you do it over and over and over again. Like you're not gonna be good at first. You're not gonna be able to notice certain numbers at first. You might forget certain numbers mean certain things. Which is what you guys will see a lot on the Lift in the Veil platform. It'd be like, damn, I see the 88, or damn, I see this number, or the 42, or the 59, or something like that. And he didn't say nothing about it. It's because I do this so much that I forget sometimes that certain numbers mean certain things. And then I go back and I'll watch the video myself and I'll be like, damn, and I could have said that this. So it's all good. But once you see the same number over and over again, you're gonna know what it means instantly. Like I said, you can apply that to anything in life. And you're only going to get better at it once you do it over and over and over again, right? You got to get your reps up. The only way you can get stronger in the gym is if you do rep after rep after rep, then you can switch up and go to a heavier weight. That's all it is. And that's what I want for y'all. You know what I mean? So that y'all can like decipher and pick things out too. Now, 50 Cent off the rip, I seen he has 71 in reverse production. This is his rap name, his nickname, his moniker, his alias that he goes by, right? But his real name is Curtis James Jackson the Third. All right. But we're gonna be saving that for the video. Now I just want to give y'all a little snippet of what y'all gonna be watching. Now 50 Cent has 71 in reduction, reverse reduction that is. And I said, what goes with that? Off the rip, I said human sacrifice and blood sacrifice. Now, just because a human is sacrificed doesn't mean that they're going to always pass away. This is a prime example of that, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. So, human sacrifice has 71 in the pure cipher of the 4 base ciphers, which is reduction. And then it has 91 in reverse reduction. Just like blood sacrifice has 71 in the same in the same reduction cipher, and 91 in reverse reduction. Excuse me, y'all. Now, this is pretty much like the nail in the coffin, no pun intended. I mean, what more else do you need to know? But this is what I will tell you before I go, right? When you have a near death experience, such as this, and you are dying, this is a practice done by people in higher places, right? That control the world, that we will never see, right? Unless like an asteroid is going to come and hit the Earth, like Apophis. I think it's supposed to hit in like 2045 or 2039, something like that. It's gonna be another topic we're gonna talk about. Right now, when when you are dying, right? Like I said, this is a practice done by people like way up there that a lot of people, such as myself, don't know who, but they behind the scenes and they do this, right? You pretty much die for a minute, right? Heartbeat stops, and then you get in contact with these entities or these beings, right? Just like how people do when they take DMT, mushrooms, LSD, acid, right? You get in contact with these entities, right? And then you make deals with them. You ask them for occultic knowledge. You ask them for sacred knowledge. Um, and you can make pacts with them. You can make deals with them to get this knowledge. Now, I want to tell y'all something, right? Because when you learn and you elevate and you grow. And I just want to, say something that I've been thinking. This soul is not yours. Yeah, this is your soul that you are using for this time and being, right? But this soul is not yours. You did not create your soul. So how in the hell are you going to sell something that ain't yours? You're like leasing it. You're not even renting it. This is being leased out to you and then it's going to be taken back, right? So what makes people think that they can literally sell something that's not theirs? You would think that's almost illegal, right? If you have your best friend's car and then you go and sell it, that wasn't yours to sell, right? You're gonna get hit with some charges, right? Um, that's the same thing with the soul. You cannot sell your soul. It don't matter if you sign your name in blood. The devil is not going to collect anything, right? He might, take your life and things like that and lead you down a dark road, right? But he is not going to be able to collect nothing that has to do with the soul. Period. I want y'all to like literally think about that, right? How you gonna sell something that's not yours? Like, make that like make sense to me because it's not making no sense to me at all. That you could sell something or give something away that ain't yours. Like life don't even work like that. So how do you think that could work? Like I was listening to the Satanist talk, right? Quote unquote ex Satanist. And he said he went through this ritual. He was baptized to Satan, which I always talk about. And he said that he signed his name in blood on like this 5-page document. And that on one of the documents it said that his soul is forever bound to like this artifact that was given to him. It was like a circular thing that had a cross in it, inverted cross on it. And, put the document in there and he said that his soul would be bound to that. Then he said, but he asked himself, um, you know how you could break free from any of those contracts is the simple fact that once you understand that your soul cannot be sold because it is not yours to sell, um, you can pretty much break free from all of the spells and the bondages of that. Um, and I already had thought that before listening to that, but once I heard him say that, ex Satanist, I was just like, damn, well, that's just my confirmation. You know what I'm saying? Because he woke up and smelled the coffee. Whether he had an epiphany or some type of illumination, uh, you know, I don't know. But he pretty much caught on and was like, wait, they can't do nothing to me. This ain't even my soul to give up. So, like, what's really going on? I did want to upload that clip, but it was so gory and gruesome about the things that he talked about that he witnessed on his initiation. I just couldn't. I couldn't upload it because it would have got taken down immediately. Soon as I would have hit soon as I would have hit the button for it to get processed, yeah, they would have took it down as soon as it would have uploaded. Within that first 30 minutes, first 10 minutes, and I'm not risking that. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, y'all just got to be careful of what you're doing. Um, if it's not your cup of tea, don't be forced into doing it. Don't let nobody force you to do anything that you're not comfortable with. You know what I'm saying? No matter what it is. You know what I'm saying? Uh, do what you have always done. But if you know better, then do better as well. You know what I mean? But this right here is going to be a very good breakdown. And I hope you guys do enjoy the live presentation when it drops. If it doesn't drop today, it will be dropping tomorrow. Okay? But I will try to drop at least 2 videos for y'all today. I got the BTB Savage video lined up. All right. And we're going to be dropping that around 3:30. All right. Looked at my analytics and I checked out what time that y'all really be on here during the day. So I think that'll probably be best. Now, if you have any requests, please let me know. I will get on that ASAP. Right? Put it down in the comment section below, and I will get on that. Um, with that being said, let's do these shout outs, man, so I can get on up out of here. I hope y'all have a great day as well. Let's see who all came through. Oh, we got Math Khan, the first one in the building, man. Patiently waiting for your boy. Shout out to you, Math Khan, man. Shout out my dog Michael, you feel me? Shout out my dog PJ Allen. Shout out my baby Malia 420 in the building. What it do? Um, Shout out YT Malik. Morning Gems, man. You already know. Um, Shout out Mr. E in the building. Shout out Music Land HQ in the building. Shout out Anto D. Morley in the building. Shout out Malia 420 once again. She is a channel member, channel moderator. Shout out Music Land HQ82. He is a channel moderator. You feel me? Shout out Bronze Flat Power God in the building. You know what I'm saying? Shout out. Who else we got up in here? Yeah, Super Fire. Shout out Archangel in the building. Was the daily. You know what I'm talking about? Um, it's just kind of crazy, man. I feel like all of this stuff is coming ahead extremely fast. Um, Shout out Swin the building. I feel like, you know, a lot of stuff is happening very, very fast, and I feel like a lot of things are pretty much going to be coming to fruition. I mean, we seeing them right in our face, but a lot of people are still walking around here like NPCs and just don't want to accept it. You know what I'm saying? They just want to continue on living the same way they've been living. This is not 1990 no more. We're not living in the 80s or the 70s where we could just do what we want and live life or whatever. No, 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 no. All that's over with. They want full control. They want full power. I want y'all to understand this. They want full control. They want full power. You having a regular life, yeah, they scoff at that idea. All right. With that being said, man, y'all stay humble. Y'all stay hungry. And I'm out.